Hello everyone, it's Liam the Deaf to Metalhead and I am back with a new video. I haven't done a video in fucking ages, and the reason for that is many different things really. Mental health not being great, family things, and also just enjoying life. Like, I've just got to the point where I do these videos in the evening quite late when the kids are asleep, and sometimes I just cannot be asked to listen to myself talk, record it, and hope that people actually watches this and get something out of it. So tonight I thought, it's been about a month now, no excuses, I've got some cracking stuff to show people if you're interested. You know, heaviness, doomy, death metal, but also there's a lot of mixed stuff in this one today. It's not all about like extreme music and stuff like that. It's a bit of a mix. Even got the roided up Admiral Akbar t-shirt on for your personal enjoyment. So yeah, let's crack on, and hopefully, like I said, you'll get something out of this. All my videos is always about promoting bands, and as shitty as I might feel sometimes, it's cool to do that because I love doing it, you know. So first band is a band from Northern Ireland. I was lucky enough to gig with them a few weeks ago in London, and I've been a fan of theirs for absolutely ages, and that is the band The Crawling. This is their latest album called All of This for Nothing. This was put out through Grind Scene Records last year in 2023. We're in 2024 now. Three piece that are proper in the doom death kind of category. They are a death doom band, but they're more doomy than they are death metal, if that makes more sense. You know? They play at a certain tempo. They've got a blackened edge to them as well, which I really like. And yeah, this is their, I believe, their latest album, maybe their third full-length album or second. I can't remember. There is an EP or two in between. I think this is the third full-length from these lads. And absolutely killer band. Melodic. They lose a lot of acoustic passages, which I really like, because a lot of doom death bands now just kind of sound like death metal but slowed down. These guys bring the eeriness, the atmosphere, and kind of build a story within their songs, and it gives it more of a rememberable feel. That's a good choice of words. And these guys live are just as good. I mean, as a free piece, they do so much on stage to make it work. Like, we played with them in this dingy little pub in the middle of Camden, and they were using the lights to do their stage through pedals. He was using wireless mic. He was doing the whole hog, you know, really pushing the band to be as big as they can for such a small venue. You know, the payoff sometimes isn't always that good with places like that. You know, you get the shit sound and that kind of thing. So really admired them for that. And yeah, fucking quality band, really good musically. I love this album the most out of all the stuff they've ever done. It's just got that epicness to it and that harshness, and yeah, really good. I mean, the the first track, March of the Worm, really heavy. It's got that kind of military drum beat at the start. But my favourite track off here is Bound to the Negative. Just that song, when I saw them do it live as well, it was fantastic. It's just got this real emotiveness to it. It's really horrible and heavy and emotional, and it's just brilliant. So yeah, if you never check these guys out, I'm leaving links below to everything I'm talking about today, so you can go check it out for yourselves. Yeah, The Crawling, quality shit. Now, this next one I've had a load of these for absolutely ages. That's why I'm so behind on doing these kind of videos, because I've just been enjoying life and listening to music without having to really tell people I'm listening to music, if that makes sense. You know, I've even been quiet on social media. But I've been watching other people's videos because that's my TV. I don't watch normal telly. But anyway, this band, I've had this for, I can't remember how long now. This is another Macho Records release, come out this year, I think. Yes, this is a Yorkshire band called Impurist, with their latest EP, Punishment Without Mercy, put out through Macho Records up in Scotland. I don't think this is a Scottish band now, unless there's a link somewhere to them being Scottish, because so far Ken out of the label has only exclusively kind of released Scottish bands or links to Scotland, so there must be a link to Scotland in here somewhere. The last EP with Blasphematory, I think, was just because where they recorded it, but I could be wrong. Shell looks like that, nice clear little number. Now this is just four tracks of just very blasty, very grindcore-esque kind of death metal. It's got that ultra brutal heavy vocal style, really overpowering guitars. The drums that sound like fucking a tank coming over your skull. It's that kind of heaviness, you know, it's very heavy. Features members from bands like Maleficium, Gorephilia, Winterfilleth and Bone Tar, if you know those bands. So kind of a mixed breed of different styles kind of meshed together to form this really heavy, ultra brutal band. And it's fantastic. The only weird thing I found about this, and I had to check the liner notes to make sure I was hearing right, there is some trumpet in this. And And the only thing I can guess why they've done it is to kind of be a bit different, or they have a mate who's a trumpet guy player and wants to get involved, and they kind of slot him in the album. You don't really notice it until you kind of sit there and you hear it in the background playing over the blast, and then you think, oh, okay, that is definitely a trumpet I'm hearing. It's not sampled at all, and then when you check the liner notes, he's on there. So yeah, that was a nice different surprise to what I was expecting, because the first song is just fucking solid, chunky riffs, really heavy. And it's that second song when you hear that trumpet in there, you think, oh, okay, it goes, because it doesn't kind of stand out to the point it ruins a song that you would think a trumpet would, especially with metal. But yeah, nice little surprise anyway. So if you haven't checked that out, again, leave a link below. But yeah, been loving that. Nice easy listen. It's in the rotation of a Spotify playlist I have, so I can kind of listen to it whenever I want. Now this one was recommended to me by one of my viewers. You know who you are. Legend up in the States, really nice chap. I won't name drop him in case he wants to be anonymous, but he recommended me this band, and he'll know exactly who it was when he sees this. This is As You Leave. This is a 90s doomy death band that became a gothic band later on. It came out of Croatia. I can't say I've got any other bands from that part of the world. So when he recommended it to me, he said basically, it's My Dying Bride from the 90s. I mean, these are a carbon copy of Turn Loose the Swans era My Dying Bride, at this point in their career anyway. The first two albums are very doomy death, and I think their last album was 2012, and that's more of a gothic album. Female fronted vocals, I mean, you can tell it's the 90s, just look at this bit here. And then when you go into the CD, you've got a picture of the band on the CD. I'd love to be able to do that with my band, just for fun. I mean, I just think that's so random that you'd do that, but either way. And there's pictures of them all in the booklet as well, so they had to have their faces on the CD, just to make sure you know who they were. But what you get with this is essentially Turn Loose the Swans, but not as heavy. It's got gorgeous violins, it's got brilliant vocals, it's got that lovely 90s production to it, and they were heavily inspired by them. I mean, this came out in 98, the band formed in 95, and the band name is inspired by the cathedral song As You Leave, if you didn't know that. And yeah, it's fucking solid 90s doomy death album. So if you've never checked it out, I found this quite cheap ages ago on Discogs when it was recommended to me, and I liked it that much because it's just, yeah, Turn Loose the Swans. Obviously I love My Dying Bride, so if you haven't checked that one out, I'll leave a little YouTube video below so you can listen to it and see what you think. But it is pretty much the same but female vocals. There is death growls in there as well to kind of give it that Beauty and the Beast vibe. But yeah, go check it out, see what you think. Right, this is a new one, fresh for 2024. I've had this now maybe a week, and I've listened to this every day, put it in my 2024 Spotify playlist, and Spotify being as great as it is, when you put shuffle on it, only seems to shuffle 2 songs and then play the fucking rest at the bottom of the playlist. So these lads here in Vaticinal Rites have been getting a ton of spins recently from me. This is their latest album, Cascading Memories of Immortality, put out through Everlasting Spew Records from Italy. This is a UK death metal band that was a bedroom project by memory when COVID was a thing here in the UK. Formed by 2 chaps, Andreas and I forget the vocalist's name, Marcus I think it is, yeah. And they've now kind of blossomed into this full-time band, and I believe they're now playing gigs now, and this is fucking top stuff. I mean, their EP they put out, I want to say 2021, was really, really good, and I've got the CD and the tape back there. So when it was announced they were doing a full-length album, I didn't really know at first, because that logo, you could only just kind of make it out of the artwork. It didn't click with me that was actually them who were being put out by the label. Then I double checked, and yeah, then twigged who it actually was. But this is fantastic, proper high-end production, so it's crisp, it's clear, really chuggy. You've got Andreas, who's a bit of a guitar wizard, who's kept that quiet. Really, really good shreds, sweeps, the whole shebang's on here, like really, really heavy, really epic. Vocals sound fantastic. We've got the drummer, who is the live drummer for Hellripper, and he's in Vacuous as well. So you've got a nice solid a rhythm section in the back, and the bass player I believe is in Razor Eater, which is a band out of Peterborough. They're kind of like a grindcore band who also put a few releases out around the kind of COVID era. So he's their live bass player. But these guys are all over the fucking place, you know. I think primarily it's London based, but the vocalist and bass player are in different parts of the country. So if you've never checked them out, there is a vinyl version and a CD version, all through the same label. I believe pre-orders have now gone live for the vinyl if you wish to grab it. But yeah, I mean, that is fucking top death metal, so go check it out if you haven't. That was really good. Right, what's the next one? This one is brilliant. I've had this for ages and I've not shown it yet, and I've been really enjoying this. Now this came out in 2022, band formed in 2018 out of Chicago, and I hope I pronounced this right. It's Voimaton with Profane Vestige, put out through Personal Records, which is Mexican, I think. Cool little label, and this is fucking top death doom. Like, this is proper nasty, murky death metal played at a very down tempo, murky production. It's just brutally heavy. You've got fast and slow songs, so you get a mixture of the two. And when they go slow, they go really slow, really dirgy, really horrible. When they go fast, it's got that nice fuzziness to it, and it's that murky, swampy kind of vibe, with the vocals being really guttural and ultra heavy. It's some wicked harmonies. It's got that shreddy solos in there for the death metal vibes. And it's just, yeah, chunky, brutally heavy, and yeah, it's got a lot of groove on this album as well, which I really like. It's got those riffs that are memorable. You kind of get your head moving a lot, and yeah, fucking love this album. I've been spinning it for absolutely ages, and I'm surprised I'm only showing it now on this video, but it's a fantastic album. So if you've never checked them out, I'll leave a link below. Look at that album cover. Back's not so great, you get the vibe, but yeah, fucking quality. So yeah, some Chicago death metal right there, really good. Now this one I found by accident, kind of scrolling through the web, and I'm a massive fan of this band. I didn't realise this even existed. Finnish death metal, as you know, I love Finnish death metal. It's Gorephilia. So this is their demo from 2010, I think it was. Yes, produced or put out through multiple labels. But this is the Misako and Oho 2011 press of said demo, and I think it's only like 3 or 4 tracks. 3 tracks, yeah. Tape looks like that. Yeah, I found this for a couple of quid on Discogs, and it's fucking great. It's just a live raw demo of the lads playing some chunky, brutally heavy Finnish death metal, and I'm well happy with that. That was a nice little find for a couple of quid. I didn't pay hardly anything for it. I'm guessing the seller didn't really know the value of it, maybe? I don't know. But sometimes you see demos like this from bands that are quite popular. Like, I've got posters and all sorts of them on the walls. I've got the 2 full lengths back there. There's a third one I need to get, which is the first album. And yeah, just fucking solid Finnish death metal. So if you've not checked that out, again, I'll leave links below like I keep saying. But yeah, I fucking love that. Hopefully you can hear the tunes in the background, they're really good. Can't tell you what I put on though, I can't remember. So this one is another US death metal band out of Alabama. This came out in 2023 through Everlasting Spew Records again, and this is another solid slab of doomy, brutally heavy death metal. And that is, if I can pronounce it right, Seraphic Entombment with Sickness Particles Gleam, something like that. I should really write the notes down of the album titles before I try and read them out. Sickness Particles Gleam, something like that. Who cares, right? It's all about the music. Cover looks like that. Back looks like that. So this, like I said, is some death doom. Very murky, very heavy. 5 tracks. And it's just very doomy laden riffs with that death metal edge to it, and then there's a bit of bite in there with some faster riffs, but it's kind of got that kind of doom focused kind of riffing. Band, this is their debut full length as well. I won't get the booklet out because it's stuck in there, but you get the idea. But this was brilliant. I've had this again for absolutely ages, and I've been meaning to show it along with the fossilization one, but I can't think where I've put that now to even show it. But you already know what that sounds like, but you might not have heard this one because of the cover. It doesn't really give anything away unless you read the spine, and obviously because it's on a good label, you're going to check it out if you're a part of the underground. Anyway, but if you are not, you can go check this out, and I can assure you this is some solid death doom. So yeah, Seraphic Entombment. So I haven't done a video for a month, I still got to fucking talk, can I? Right, next one is a band, another US band actually. This one's from Portland, Oregon. This is their EP for 2024. They put out a fantastic album last year, and that is the band Dripping Decay with Ripping Remains, latest EP from these lads. It's got a little pumpkin on there as well. These guys are brilliant. They put out an album that's kind of like a pink kind of coloured cover, and it was just brilliant. It kind of grindcore, death metal at the same time, and it merged the two perfectly. Because I'm not a massive grindcore fan, I won't pretend I am ever. Some of those bands just go way over my head, but this done it really well. It was really heavy, chunky, and then when they put out this EP, it's just essentially carrying on from that fantastic album. It does have a cover song on the end, which I think is a Halloween song, but I didn't actually check to confirm that. So you can check for yourselves and tell me in the comment section if I was right or wrong. I'm guessing it is because of the Halloween theme. But Trick or Treat, I remember that song being, I swear 6 Feet Under covered it as well. But again, I might be talking out my arse, you know. I do most of these videos thinking on the spot. J card looks like that with some weird geezer there. And you got a picture of the lads there, and your lyrics and your thank yous and stuff like that. So, should we have a look? Trick or Treat. Does it say actually who it's by? Yeah, it was Halloween. There you go. Look at that. What a guess. Wasn't that obvious, was it, with the fucking orange cassette and the pumpkin on the J card? But there you go. So yeah, Drip and Decay. Either way, go check them out. They're a fantastic band. I really like them. That was put out through Satanic Royalty, which is a US label. Dude there's killing it as well. So yeah, loving that EP. That's a fantastic EP. Now, I was lucky enough to get a little package from Simon, aka the Pie Face, who does a YouTube channel, which I'll put a link up there. Top dude, been friends with him now for fucking ages on here, and I'll randomly get packages from him, you know, for no reason whatsoever. And I never say I deserve anything, because I don't. I really don't. But he's just a fucking lovely bloke. He's gone through a lot of shit recently, so Simon, you're a fucking top bloke. But he sent me 4 CDs. 2 of them I'm going to put in another video, which is more black metal oriented, because I know a lot of people get up the arse if I mix the 2 genres sometimes. They can't handle the difference. Your loss. But either way, he sent me 2 fantastic albums, both 90s releases, so he obviously knows what I like. This first one is one that was actually on my want list from not Bandcamp, on Discogs for ages. I got recommended this album absolutely ages ago. Some Dutch death doom, and that is the band Maleficium, with the album This Illusion of Humanity. Now, this came out back in '95. They formed in '92 out of the Netherlands. And again, sadly, there's no faces on this disc, just text. But there they are there. They have since disbanded a while ago. This is quality, proper 90s doomy death, because being Dutch, there's a comparison to early Asphyx a little bit, but also bands like Beyond Fear, another little bands around that period that they were good, but they weren't like the US kind of bands or the UK bands. They weren't quite as heavy in my eyes and my ears, should we say. And these guys are in that kind of ballpark. It's heavy, it's epic, but some of the songs just get drowned out with just being too long, or they get a bit boring midway through and they kind of don't go anywhere. So you've just probably never heard of them, but this is a good album, don't get me wrong. I mean, again, that's why it was on my want list, because I do enjoy it. But 2 females in this band. The Europeans seem to like having the females in the Death Doom projects in the 90s compared to, say, the UK ones where none of them existed. So yeah, really cool that Simon sent me that. I didn't ask him to, I hadn't spoken to him in email for ages, because obviously he's been going through so much, so I didn't know he knew I wanted that. But yeah, I'm well over the moon to finally have it in my collection. And yeah, top stuff. But then this next one, I mean, this one completely threw me. This is actually a Ukrainian band from the 90s, formed in 91, and this is their demo from 92, which was then repressed in 2021, I think this is. This is a 33-minute long demo, though, so I was convinced this is a debut or just a really raw live recorded album, but it's not. This is a demo, the length of an album. And the band is called Tessaract, with groundless translegible groaning from ... Terrible album title. It's below you there, so you can actually read it in a language you might understand. Only 150 apparently copies of this. I've got copy 39 there, or 30G or 3G. Put out again on OSDM Records. If you've ever heard of them, I haven't. And yeah, this is fucking raw, chunky, very aggressive, doomy death metal, but very much in the raw. Because it's a demo, it sounds really raw. Being Ukrainian as well, I've got a fucking Scooby what's going on in half of it. It's proper out there. But again, it's very chunky, very heavy. The vocals are very caveman, Cookie Monster style. But I can't tell if that's just because of the way it's been recorded. You can't then alter that and mix it properly and master it. 'Cause it is a demo, but again, it's a 33-minute long demo, which is just mental. If you're going to do that, just record an album. No, but they're not. You don't know what their budget was. You don't know what they had to their disposal for recording and stuff like that. And obviously, they've then put out albums since then. This band, I couldn't tell you if they even still exist. I didn't write that down. But yeah, out of the Ukraine, I mean, there's not much left of Ukraine now these days, is there? So who knows if they still exist or not. But yeah, top quality band at the time period, I guess. Because I really enjoyed this. It took me a little while to get used to compared to that. I mean, I already knew I liked that. But this one was a few spins, because I didn't at the time realise it was a live demo recording, and when I read about that, it kind of made more sense when I heard it. That it's, oh, okay, it is a demo, that's why it sounds that way. So yeah, Tessaract. So thank you, Simon, they were fucking awesome. And I'll show you the next two in the next video. Let's go one more tape, one more CD, and then I'll leave you alone for hopefully not a month again. So this is another 2024 album by the band Septage. Very Carcass inspired album cover. This is called Septic Worship, put out through Extremely Rotten Productions. I think a few more labels are involved with this band. This is a band out of Denmark. This is their debut full length for 2024. I think they formed in 2020. There is an EP in 2021. I think I have somewhere lying around here. So when I saw the full length was out, I thought I'll grab that. Not normally something I'd go to. Shell. It's just a dark, clear shell. But this band are just very good at writing riffs. The vocals sound like someone's just kind of huffing into a toilet for a paper bag. So I wouldn't say the vocals are instantly memorable or inspiring and all that kind of thing. It is purely the guitar work that I love about this album. The only criticism I have is, again, the vocals, they were never supposed to be, I guess, audible or even remotely listenable if you classed toilet huffing bags as a thing. But the production's quiet. Like, if you compare it to, say, I don't know, this one over here, which is another 2024 release, this sounds like fucking monstrous compared to this in regards to volumes. Not saying this is badly written or anything like that, it's just, it sounds quiet. You know, I have to really jack up the volume to enjoy it. But then as soon as the next song comes on, if I'm using a playlist in Spotify, it just absolutely destroys my car speakers because it's so fucking loud. So that is my only criticism. I don't know what's going on there, why it's mixed so quietly. It could be the tape, because obviously I've got nothing else to compare it to. But even on Spotify, I do recall it being quite quiet there as too. So I'm sure it is the studio and how it's been mixed. But don't let me put you off by checking it out or anything like that. You go listen to it and you tell me, because the riffs on it are fantastic. It's really, really chunky, groovy, got that kind of Cannibal Corpse-esque 90s kind of chunky guitar riffs in some parts, like the Bleeding era. And then you got the over-the-top kind of Carcass kind of worship going on in there as well. But it is just, again, to me, in my ears, like, you know, bands like Undergang and all the other Danish death metal bands, there's a lot of them that all kind of merge into one. And these guys are kind of on there. They've got the grindcore vibe going on as well. So separate it a bit. But again, it's just that mix. Could be a bit louder, and I'd absolutely love it. But yeah, fucking brutal, weird album cover as well. So yeah, and good luck trying to read that fucking logo. There's no way in hell you'd even know what that says. That, all day long. Loving that. That, not a chance. I could barely read the text underneath it, so there you go. Shows I'm getting old. The Septage, go check it out. I'll leave a link below. And the last one is a band, I think someone commented on me checking out this band, and it reminded me, I've known about this band for absolutely ages, and I've never actually talked about them. So I've grabbed this CD and thought I'd show it in this video, because I have been listening to this again a fair bit, and that is the band Vision Bleak with The Wolves Go Hunt Their Prey. Put out through Prophecy Records a little while ago. When did this come out? Do you know, I didn't write it down. That's useful, isn't it? But this is a German band formed in 2000. If you know the band Imperium, Marcus Stock and all that, he's in this band with another guy who I think he's in Wigheim or something like that. But they do. This is a class as horror metal. So it's theatrical but very heavy metal. It's not black metal, death metal, nothing like that. It's just very chunky, very groovy, Pantera-esque. I can guess you could class it as kind of riffing with the guitar work. It's very dry guitar tone, like your Mesabuki kind of sound, where it's very dry but sustain is really high, and you get that kind of chunky, very open riff sound. But a lot of their songs have kind of got that German industrial vibe to it as well, but with the horror kind of pantomime-esque kind of theatrical vocal style. They do kind of wear like a 1800s kind of get up on stage, that kind of thing, to kind of give you the look of the band. I'll see if I can show you something in the book, because I'm fairly sure there's a picture of them there. There you go, look. So there's Marcus Stock here, who is known for, like I said, Imperium. He's mastered Ard's new album, if you know that band. He's also done Consecration's work, that band I'm in. You know, he's a very, very talented musician, as is the other dude. Here's a bigger picture of him there. But you get the idea, kind of the gothic horror vibe to it. And this album, out of their discography, is probably the heaviest in the guitar department anyway. Very, very catchy songs like The Demon of the Mire, She-Wolf. They're all fucking great, back to back, to be fair. The only weird thing about it is there's like an Egyptian section halfway through, and they go full Nile for 3 songs, talking about the Black Pharaoh trilogy. And it's like different, you've got the guitar work, the sitar and all that kind of thing. So completely different to the rest of the album in a roundabout way with the lyrical themes. And then they go back to their kind of old-timey, like ancient lore, if you can read the tracks there. So that was the only randomness about this album, but as a whole it's a really, really enjoyable album. So go check it out, because it's got some big old riffs on there. That's it from me. So yeah, thanks for watching to the end if you have. I mean, I'm well out of practice with this, so hopefully that didn't come across as a mumbled, jumbled mess, and I'll obviously edit this back and hopefully keep it. So in the meantime, take care, cheers. Please like the video, please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you are new, and I will leave links to better videos of me actually being really on it. I'm going to enjoy my Jack and Coke. Until then, take care. I'll speak to you guys in the comment section. Cheers.